Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VC review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the ice hockey game, Ice Hockey. Personally I prefer to call the game just hockey because it's what the Canadians called it when they invented it, but it's basically like soccer and football. It's quid pro quo, whatever you want, you know. You can choose between 1 player and 2 player games, and there's 6 teams to choose from, all international, so you've got Sweden, USA, Poland, Canada and the likes. So choose Canada there versus the good old US of A. You can choose between the game speed, which is the actual speed of the players and how fast the clock runs down and everything. Putting it on 1 is standard, and it means the 7, 10 and 15 are 7 minutes, 10 minutes and 15 minutes. Putting it on 5 will decrease that time and make it faster, but it makes everything faster, and it's pretty much like your whole team just drank a crate of Red Bull. Before the game you can choose which 4 players you want. Your tenders are all the same, and it's 5 on 5 including the tender, whereas as we know in hockey it's 5 on 5 then the tender, so 6 on 6. You can choose between skinnies, normals and fatties, and I believe they are actually the names of them. The fatties are slow but they're very powerful for checking, the skinnies are very fast but they're pretty weak, and the normals are just a bit of an average really. You can choose which one takes your face off, but there isn't actually a button to push to take the face off, so winning it is pretty much a random thing. The player that's flashing is the player that you actually are controlling at the same time, other than the tender, who you constantly control. You can't swap that with a computer, you're always controlling the tender. It's simply because NES games didn't really have any AI to speak of, so you can't, it's something that I had to do, you had to control your tender. So if you're after a game where for the first 5 minutes you'll be conceding a lot until you learn what to do, then this is your game. But once you learn what you're doing, then you will concede a lot less, so don't judge from the fact that you're 15 down after 2 minutes is a bad thing. It just simply means that you're learning the game. You've got your pass button, you've got your shoot button. Your shoot button checks when you haven't got the puck. Your pass button, when you haven't got the puck, is change player, and you can also hold it to bring your defense closer together. When you have got the puck, if you push the shoot button and quickly let go of it, you'll do a fake shot. If you hold the shoot button down, however, then you'll charge your shot up and release it faster and do more power and the likes. So there's a few advanced controls there, but nothing too deep. When you there's basic rules as there. I've just got icing, but the rules aren't exactly up to NHL standards really. There's basic fighting where when you run into each other and you have a puck battle and you're constantly pushing to try and get the puck off each other, you might go into a bit of a scrap, but it's an automatic thing. You can't control it at all, and everything's decided by the computers really. It's just like when Tom fights Jerry on the Tom and Jerry cartoons, and all of a sudden dust starts flying everywhere and all you hear is like cats screeching and the likes. It's kind of like that, so not exactly advanced in that aspect. The graphics, as you can see, pretty bleh. It's an early NES game, so I can't really say anything against them, but it does make the game a little harder. And the music, I'll just shut up for a few seconds and let you decide about the music on your own. So there you go, that's the music. You can decide upon it yourself if you think it's good or not. I personally think it gets the job done, but it's nothing wow worthy. Because as I say, you're controlling your tender, that does mean that there are times where you really need to get the puck back, but by trying to move the player that you've got, you also obviously move your tender so you can concede. So it's something that's pretty annoying, and while as I said you can hold the 1 button down to bring your defence closer together, it still means that you can be under a constant barrage of shots. You can go like 10-20 shots without actually touching the puck, which is quite irritating really, because your tender, it just bounces off him, he doesn't control it or anything, he doesn't hold it so he can pass it to players, so that can get pretty annoying. If you're after a hockey game, personally I recommend you, before deciding on this or Blades of Steel, I am doing a Blades of Steel review soon, so I'd recommend checking that out just to view up all the choices really. Unfortunately you've only got the choices between the two, and I have both because I'm a huge hockey fan, but I personally think Blades of Steel does a far better job of the game. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon 212, signing off.